Hello, my name is Jennifer Scavarna, and this is my video journal number 2 for the class EDUU 575. I will be talking about some social characteristics that I have observed in students with autism spectrum disorder, and these are them. So I've observed 3 students this semester, and I will be using the terms they, them in a broad sense because this is what I've seen kind of across the board with all of them. I might refer to one, so just bear with me. So I've seen a need for a schedule. So definitely a set in stone schedule that needs to be front loaded if any changes need to be made or modified. They have an overreaction to sight. So if I play a video that's really fast, they might shut their eyes. If there's lights going on, that might really excite them or really make them want to go in the calming area. Touch goes 2 ways that I've seen, either with a high five, a hug, anything touch wise. Some students will get really excited, so they have an overreaction to that, or an underreaction. So deep pressure really helps to calm some of my students' bodies, which is awesome. And hearing. Definitely whenever we go to a school assembly or I play a loud noise or there's an emergency drill, we got to get those headphones on, so kind of to prevent an overreaction in a public place. So they are, staying in their seats and not getting up and maybe flapping or screaming with excitement, stuff like that. I've also noticed repeated actions or body movements. So let's say one of my students really excited about something, they will close their eyes and shake their head back and forth, or they will get up and start flapping and just have to take a run back and forth. Some other repeated actions I've seen, like touching their face or running back and forth a couple times, a lot of times, some stuff like that. Social interactions, I've seen, a lot of the impacts of autism in social interactions. It's either they're doing too much in the conversation, so they're talking the whole time, answering the questions that they're asking you, not getting any body language that the other person puts out. So some ways that for one of the students that will just talk until you have to explicitly, politely, obviously, say, the conversation is over. I have been making some eye contact and looking at my watch or the typical whatever people do to get out of a conversation, but in a nice way. So we have come up with the idea to go like this when that student keeps rolling in conversation without catching some body language. So let's say I'm there with that student, he's sharing with the group, and he's, taking more of the turn that he needs. As the teacher, I will go like this, and he's the only one that knows what this means, and he's learned to stop talking during that time. So that is something that he looks for and has actually gotten better in conversations because he knows that at some point I'm going to be going like this, and usually he tries to stop before I do that. So that's a really awesome kind of thing I wanted to share, I guess. And then the opposite side of the spectrum with social interactions, I've seen maybe too little. So very retreated, not engaging, may come off as shy or skittish and like doesn't want to retreat, I guess you could say. So yeah, those are some characteristics I have observed. To the question, were there any social characteristics of autism that I did not observe? So I did not see any overreaction or underreaction to taste or sensory overloads or underloads. Um, so I did not see that. I think that there are situations outside of the school, outside of my observations, where I do think those social characteristics can manifest, especially if maybe they're at a new place and they're trying a new food and they don't know how to, they don't like it and they don't know what to do. They might, throw the food at someone or gag or do something that is not socially maybe appropriate and will show that social characteristic. Along with, so that was taste, along with smell. If there's a smell that they, you know, don't like, they might make the facial expression not appropriately. Um, yeah. So those are some of the social characteristics I've observed. I've really enjoyed observing and taking a new lens on what I've been reading and looking at my students through that, studious lens or research-based lens. And yeah, thank you so much.